I'm back. So after I got that really nice surprise from Maureen from Mo's Addiction, it's inspired me to get on and do some more collaging. So this week I'm doing Margarete Miller's 5-prompt challenge. It's week 5 and her prompts I've written down here. We've got, it's hashtag 2020C05. So number 1 is a path or a road. Number 2 is something cold. Number 3 is a favourite word. Number 4 is a piece of calendar. Number 5 is a paper with a repeating pattern. And the bonus is an illustration. So I feel like I've pulled together a few things ready to go. And I thought, let's see what I can come up with. Glue book. Just finding my glue book. Under a big pile of mess. Okay, so I'm going to do a double page spread. I like the double page spreads better than the single page one. I just feel like you can have a bit more fun and spread stuff out a bit. But I've got to be careful to try and somewhat tie my pages together. I like to have something, whether it's a colour or a theme or something that's sort of common that runs through it. So this first thing I'm going to glue down, just going to get the edges, is a what I'm going to do my paper with a repeating pattern. I didn't really want to use a pattern scrapbook paper or anything like that, so I ripped this out of a book and it had striped sort of checkered lines on it, and I have just gone over them in a blue pencil because I thought I'd try and do sort of pastel-y tones today, even though you'll probably see a bright colour or two pop up. Okay, so I'm just going to cover the base. I quite like that in the book, so I think I might leave that visible. Alright, so this is some pattern paper from Maureen's package that she sent me. I thought I'd use a bit of this. So I haven't really planned this out other than the fact that I've just basically grabbed a bunch of stuff that I like, well, that suits the prompts and that I like, and that I thought I could pull together. Okay, what else have I got? Well, I've got my piece of calendar. It's quite modern. I think I got that out of Frankie magazine. I think it was Frankie. Okay, making this up as I go along, as you do. So I was just talking to my sister Rachel on Skype, and I told her I might do a collage tonight that I can post. And we were laughing at lovely Gail Agostinelli. I'm not sure how you pronounce her name. I feel like I get it wrong. But I love the way the other day she said in one of her videos that she didn't mind being at home because it's not punishment being at home, because basically she gets to craft, so she wouldn't be offended if she got told she had to stay home, which I thought was pretty cool. Rach, as you probably know, is also stuck at home, been in Italy, and you know, crafting away quite happily in her craft room each day. Not so much worried about being stuck at home either. So hopefully you're getting to get out and about. Certainly in Australia for the last 2 weeks I haven't been able to find toilet paper. I don't know what the deal is with all the Australians hoarding the toilet paper. I think it's pretty funny. But I'm going to get to a point in about a week's time I might actually need some. So hopefully the hysteria over the toilet paper has died down, and I'll be able to go to the supermarket and get myself some. Otherwise we'll be having to have showers instead. Okay, so I'm just covering up the background. before I start. I think with this I might just glue straight on here. So put enough. I like these old, they're old sort of stencils. You could buy them, and I think they ironed on, and the dark pattern would come onto the fabric, and then they're embroidery patterns. I love getting these. I've got a great op shop that I can go to. I call it a crafty op shop that you know, you can pick them up. You can pick up a pack for like 50 cents and $1 and $2. So it's really it's a really good way to find them. Lots of cute designs. For anyone that's in Sydney, just look up the it's called the Fabric Basket, and the charity is Achieve Australia, which all the stuff's donated. I actually often will pop in there and donate my craft supplies. I think I might have spoken about this in a video before. And they take any kinds of supplies, anything from paper to threads to partially completed tapestries, old embroideries, knitting needles, anything. They literally will take anything, and then it goes into their store, and it's super cheap, super cheap. So I do like to go there every couple of months and just find some bits and pieces, and I never know what I'm going to come out with. They've got 3 stores. They've got one in for people in Sydney. There's one in Newington, so out near the Homebush Olympic site. One in Ryde. I think it might be classed as West Ryde, maybe, or North Ryde. West Ryde, I think. And then they've got one that they've just recently opened, a new one in Balmain. They had another one in Balmain, and that closed, and now they've opened up another one. So that's great. I like the Balmain one. I've found some great stuff there. The other day, for ages I've been wanting to do pressed flowers in a flower press, and the other day they had a whole heap of flower press that was obviously one person's, and they had left quite a few flowers in there. So I grabbed one. There's like 4 or 5, and then another lady grabbed one as well, and I'm pretty sure they probably sold out of them very quickly, because that's something you don't see that often. I haven't put any flowers in it yet, but I plan to. I want to maybe press some flowers. I used to have one as a kid, and I thought it would be fun to do it again. And you know, lots of people put them in journals, the pressed flowers, and I think they look really good. So inside the flower press already, there's some really cute little ferns that have obviously been in there for years, and I'll use them I'm sure on a page in the not too distant future. Alright, what else have I got here? I'm just looking at my scraps. I want to match up a bit of colour. So this paper here, the green that I've got here, and just check him on screen because my video, yeah, that's good. My video yesterday, I know I went off screen quite a bit, but this green paper here is just, oops, just ripped it because it's so fragile. Old scraps of book page that I used, just those spray dyes. I think they're the alcohol ones, and I've just watered them down, soaked papers in. I've got a lot of different tones, which was really cool. Some of them came out as a really pale green, like this one. This one's kind of a mid-green, and then some are much darker. That was a bit of fun. So this one I avocado dyed, so just a doily. I might show that process. I mean, you can find them on YouTube really easily. That's where I got the idea from. I like seeing a lot of the girls that are experimenting. Jenny Mae June experiments a lot with natural dyes. I know Sarah from the Mushroom Market has done a lot of natural dyes as well, and she does a lot of eco dyeing. I want to do more experimentation. I haven't done much, but I did have a go at avocado skins, and this doily here has been dyed in the skin, and it's just such a pretty pink colour. bit of excess glue there. And again, even though it was the exact same dye batch and I essentially left the things in for pretty much the same amount of time, some have come out a really dark, almost burgundy, and then most of them are kind of a lighter pink like this one. So I dyed papers, and I also have dyed some fabric and laces and things like that. Alright, so we're slowly getting there. Might just fill in a few more bits and pieces before we start embellishing, or me, that would be me. Oh, I know I was going to stick this down. This is just the edge off the back of an old pattern. Hopefully it sticks down well. Further down. Gluey. Alright, I think that's covered. Oh, I need to stick that down a bit better. I might even put some washi there after. Alright, so I've got enough of this stuff. And a little bit more of that. Hello, kitty. She just jumped behind me. I'm almost going to cover up this calendar. But anyway, bit of repeating pattern there and here as well. This is from the same, no, these are from the same thing. Oh, this comes from this. So there's a little bit of repeat. I might even actually pop this one on as well. This was off a music book, and I've got this little piece that is also off the same music book. So, oops, stick it up the right way. I'm probably going to cover a lot of this up anyway. All right. So, now, what I was thinking, I have a couple of my doilies here. I think I'm going to go for the bright one, the bright lotus one. So this is in one of my packs on Etsy if anyone's interested. Oops. I think almost perfectly centered. Okay, now a Partha Road. I'm going to do that last. I've got an idea for that. I don't actually have a picture of a Partha Road, or I didn't find one that I wanted to put on, but I've got an idea. An illustration. I was thinking of putting this bird, which I really like, so I might just play around with the layout. This also came from that bird. I think it's from a wallpaper book, which is pretty cool. What have I got? I've got these dots. I want to do something with these. I was thinking I might stick them on first. I really like them. So these dots came from this same book. It was a on sale really cheap book. I think it was like $5 for a huge book. Just of all different wallpapers. Some vintage, not a lot vintage, mostly more modern. And then they had little like samples at the back of the book of all the different wallpapers that were in the book. And of all the little samples, I've just cut them into little circles, and I thought I picked out some that I thought would go with my pastel-y kind of colour scheme. I'm just going to layer them up here. So the only thing I've done is my, I was going to do that as my repeating pattern paper, and my calendar is there as well. I'm not measuring, I'm just eyeballing it. They'll probably go crooked. Probably putting all the papers upside down as well. To stick down on the edge of the papers underneath when I've glued the pages together. Some of it's a bit wonky, like it's a bit bubbly, so it's not necessarily sticking down on a perfectly flat surface. That's good. They've gone almost the whole way up, which is looking good, I think. Okay, that will do for the moment. Okay, I'm going to stick this down. I do like some pops of colour. This is thicker paper. It's almost like cardboard, so it's kind of, a few of the edges are coming up a bit. All right, and my bird. This is my illustration, so is my flower. And then there's another part as well, I'll show you in a minute, that I'm going to stick on. There we go. And that's beautiful illustration. I can't imagine what the whole paper would look like, but I imagine, look, I think it would be a really pretty paper. Really love doilies with birds on them. I do hunt them out. I think I like that as well. I know when Rach was here and she'd go somewhere with Mum, like to some kind of antique store, and she'd be like, oh my God, I found all these great doilies and blah, blah, and I got a whole heap. And I'm like, oh, were there ones with birds on? And then she's like, yeah, and luckily Rach gave me a really beautiful, I think she gave me a couple with birds on that she found. I don't know what it is, I really like birds. So I am going to stick that maybe there. I'll make it a flip, and I thought it says a favorite word. I don't really have a favorite word as such, but I've just picked one that I like, wonder, and so I thought I'd put that there. Wouldn't mind layering it on something. I'm just trying to think what I've got close by. like a bit of tissue, or oh, I can't really find anything I want to use. Nothing green because it's already going on a green background. Oh, I don't know. I should have been a bit more organised. So I'm just flipping through a few. Had a bit of a junk drawer that I've got over here. Ugh, I can't find anything at the moment. And that's all thick scrapbooking paper. I want something thinner. Oops. Don't mind a bit of spots. I'll see what this looks like. Okay. I got this from a lady called Michelle. I've received one happy mail from one person ages ago. Lovely Michelle, thank you very much. I think I did a video of it. I was so excited when, you know, I'd only just started journaling, and I know it's because people follow my sister that they've also come across me, because I know she talks and mentions me and she uses my doilies and stuff, which thank you, Rach. But a lovely lady called Michelle, she sent me, and that's not quite what I'm looking for, she sent me a little bundle of happy mail, which was absolutely gorgeous. It was so exciting to receive that. And she also sent one for Rach. Unfortunately, I had Rach's in Australia for ages because she was coming out here. So rather than posting, and then by the time she got here, it was so long since Michelle gave it to me. I felt really bad, but Rach absolutely loved her pack of goodies as well. It was super, super cute. Like lots of little handmade envelopes and clips and papers, and I mean, she was really sweet. Because I'd only just started, she sent me some great Greek paper, which I've used in a lot of things, and it was just a really nice thing to do when I was right at the beginning. So thank you again, Michelle. I know it was ages ago. It was like over a year ago probably that you sent me that, but thank you very much. Okay. So this is hand illustrated. Little flower bud kind of seedy things. I think it was from this same wallpaper as well. I've cut that out, and I love this. This was from one of the little things from Maureen. I'm pretty sure these are handmade black and white stickers that she's made herself, with some very, very sweet illustrations. It's another thing that could be something illustrated. I'm getting there slowly. Oh, come on. It's just not separating. Oh, there we go. Yes. Oh, they're really lovely. What is that? Like a little perfume bottle, it looks like to me. Okay, I had this, but I kind of feel like I don't think I'm going to put that anywhere. Do I want to put this? I don't mind that. I'm not sure where it would go. Okay, now my card, I'm going to washi tape that so it flips. Okay, so my idea for a path was, I saw this from this book. This book is by Claire Young. Sorry, it's probably shiny. It's covered in plastic. But she's cut out words and made like a wave and got a little boat there, which is really cute. And I thought I might do a little path out of words. So bear with me. I'm going to be cutting out, this is from a book and it's like typewriter font. I might speed this part of the video. Oh, I might speed it up. I know some people don't like it when you speed it up, but it's going to take me a little while. Alright, so I've sped up my video ×2 so that you don't have to watch me go through a very slow process of sticking all these words up the page in my path pattern. It got very sticky. The glue was sticking to my fingers and then the words were sticking to my fingers. It was hard to stick them down properly. Once it actually dries, I might come back to it and just re-stick down a few edges that are coming up. But it was kind of a wacky idea that was inspired by the book I showed you, but I like how it turned out. It's different. I'm trying some different things just to see what I like, playing around with composition. As I said, I am pretty new at this, so I hope you like what I've come up with. Okay, I'll see you once I'm done. Okay, so this path is gradually working its way up the page. I'm sorry it's taking a while. I'm actually editing the video on my iPad. I'm getting used to using iMovie on my iPad. It's pretty cool. You can do some good tricks with it, which I've been playing around with today. I haven't quite worked out how to put music in the background, but maybe that will come up in a future video. So sorry you're watching in silence unless you want to listen to me ramble on and on about nothing. I think it's better to listen silence and listen to me. Anyway, keep watching the path. It's coming along. We're almost done. We're almost up to the top of the page, and then I will go across the top of the page. Okay, I'll see you soon. Bye. Okay, so my idea, there's my little path. I might stick a few of those edges down later. I'll let it dry first. My idea for something cold is the rain, and I thought I might, I was thinking some raindrops. I don't know that they're going to look any good. You know what? I'm just going to try it. Alright, so here we go again. I'm sticking down lots of little bits of paper and they're getting stuck to my fingers. So I thought I'd speed this section up as well. The little bits of paper, what I did is I actually just got two different alcohol inks that I've got, like a sort of a darker blue and then a turquoise, and I sort of splash bits and pieces of ink onto some book pages, and I've just randomly freehand cut out some rain shapes. I've also got some vintage blue paper. You can see there's sort of blue there in the middle that's just one colour. That was just a bit of wrapping in a sort of an antique thing that I bought a book. A little bit of paper that I've used, and then there's one there with spots, which is just cut out of like a kind of a wreck this journal kind of book, where you can sort of, it gives you little challenges and things to draw. And I've just cut random rain shapes, which is supposed to represent my something cold. I do like the way the page is turning out in terms of like the colour scheme is very pastel-y. I was going for that this week. Few wacky ideas, but overall I kind of like how it turned out, especially like the dots of wallpaper down the side of the page. I think they've turned out really well. So feel free to forward this bit if you want to, and just watch it once it comes close to the end. Okay, bye. So from Daiso, just a cheapo number stamp. It's going to turn into a random number. Yay, for a minute there I thought I was going to stamp it upside down. Okay. Crazy page, this one today. Okay, I might find a stamp. Just looking through my stamps. And now I might actually put a little stamp on there. Just let me see if I want to fill any of the gaps. Which stamps do I want? I've got stamps all over the place. I really need to get myself organised. Oh, I can barely sit on my chair. My cat's taken it behind me. Okay, so I have a stamp box. These are just random stamps. You know, you buy a massive pack for $1. And who knows what you're going to get. A lot of them, I think they're pretty much mostly Australian. There's a few. There's an Indian one. So just let me shift through and see if there's anything I like that goes without. I've got a lot of the Queen. Oh, I like that one. Okay, my son's annoying me.
It says it doesn't take online submissions for the assessment.
Yeah, I'll have a look at that
So
for you.
do I email it to her?
Just can you hold on? I'll have a look at it in a sec.
Okay. Xbox?
No, Xbox. That's a no. Okay, so I've just sped this up a little bit as well. I'm just finding the stamps that I want to put on. So I find the little bird stamp, and then I feel like there is another space I can put a stamp. So I'm going to look for another one. Let's see what I find. I'm going to put the Queen on as well. A couple of stamps. Okay, super crazy page. I'll just pick some washi to stick down my little card. Sorry, can you see that? Hello, Bobby. Kitty cat sitting behind me. Oh, that ripped a little bit crooked. So I'm just getting some washi to stick on the edge. I know the card is covering up the birdie. Kind of needs to go. I could put it there and flip it down, and then you see the little path starting. Maybe, no. I think I'll put it over there. Very indecisive today I am. Okay, so I'm just going to line it up with the edge of the page. Okay, and then another bit on the inside. Now that feels like fairly sticky washi, so I don't think I'm going to need to put glue on it. All right, that was a long one. I'm sorry, there was a lot of little tiny moving pieces, but anyway, there's my spread. So just to remind you, 2020 C05, we have a path or a road. So there's my little path. Oops, I need to stick a few bits down, made out of words. Then I've got something cold, which is my raindrops. I'll make sure they're all stuck down as well. Then I've got a favourite word. I've put wonder. A piece of calendar under here, you can barely see it. A paper with a repeating pattern, and my bonus is my illustration, and I've got a bit of illustration in a few places. And even this is an illustration too. So I hope you like my spread, and I will try to get another one done over the weekend. Okay, thanks. Bye.